Alright, so One Piece episode 666. When I saw that number, I felt like they needed to do something special for this episode. And in a way, they kind of did. It wasn't balls to the wall terrifying, no specials or anything like that. It was still part of the story, but you can tell like this was meant for this number. Now, part of me suspects that's why the pacing of this arc has been kind of bad. Maybe they were trying to really, slow it down so they can actually put this episode on this number. But that's a conspiracy theory so over the top that there's no way I can actually support it. And it's my own theory. But either way, it just starts with, of course, the Colosseum. Rebecca won, but it's the question as to how she won. And it's revealed that it was because of Cavendish. Apparently, he has this alter ego called Hakuba, or separate personality Hakuba, that when he's asleep comes out and starts slashing everyone. He's so fast, like he's like the wind. You don't see him coming. And on some way, he is terrifying. The face, the way he moves, and even just his attacks that you never see coming. It's just, God, it just shivers down my spine, especially when I saw his face up close. It's like, damn. But apparently he originates from the Rommel Kingdom, which looks a lot like England. So England is in One Piece. It's good to know. And it also kind of reminds me of Jack the Ripper, except he's not hunting prostitutes, he's just killing everybody. But apparently Cavendish knew about this second personality and decided that he can't do anything about it, so he might as well go off to sea and just become a pirate. At least he'll gain some fame and recognition there, and he's still going to be hunted by the Navy either way, or the Marines either way. So on that level, it's like, alright, and you kind of feel bad for Cavendish. It's not really his fault. In fact, you could say he was going to be some kind of a prince back where in his kingdom, or that's the kind of air he gives off. But because of this alternate personality, he can't have that. There's no choice. And I know the Marines said don't show any sympathy for him because he enjoys it, but I don't know. I think on some level that has to come up from a front that he's putting up just to deal with the fact that his life was ruined by something he can't control. So in a way, it's kind of a tragic story. And of course, everyone's mad that Rebecca won. They didn't really see what happened. They didn't see how awesome Cavendish is or Hakuba is. So of course they're all booing Rebecca and telling her she cheated. She had a pistol on her. It's like then the announcer makes a good point. He's like, we've already checked her multiple times and she has the worst armor amongst them all. You can tell because you practically see her whole body. It was like, yeah, she can't hide a pistol. What are you guys talking about? But I do like the fact that the announcer said, in here in this Colosseum, we do not change the facts. We do not manipulate in any way who should win. So it does give off an air of dignity, even though it's owned by Don Flamingo and used to brutally attack people you don't like. Kind of just let it run red. There's still some semblance of honor and dignity within this Colosseum. We do not manipulate the rules. We do not manipulate the facts. If people won through their own skill, that's what happened. They won, no questions about it, even if we don't like them. And I guess it was kind of insinuated that when Bartolomeo won, even though everyone hated him, but to see it happen to Rebecca, who we've been kind of forced to sympathize with and hope she wins, it's all the more apparent. But either way, that ends, and we just get more scenes of Senor Pink versus Frankie, and that's still going on. And again, Senor Pink is awesome, saying don't make fun of Frankie because he has all these weapons and robot parts. He's kind of awesome because that's the way he is, and he's proud of it. The same way I'm proud of the fact that I wear a bib and suck on a pacifier. It's just my choice. And again, that's awesome. Usopp and Robin still in the the port, and barely talking to another guard. Alright, I guess that progressed a bit. But then we go to Don Flamingo, who has King Riku tied up in chains. I guess to make fun of him or humiliate him. You know, it's like, look, there's your daughter. I guess she, your granddaughter, she just barely won the D block match. You know, how do you feel about that? And I like the fact that, King Riku mentions the only reason all this is happening now, the only reason we're rebelling against you after all these years is because you went too far with mocking us, saying, hey, guess what? I'm not a warlord anymore, giving us that slight hope, only to just yank it away from us, saying, it was a lie. It's like, that's the final straw. Now you mock us in our face. That's it. We're done. We're fighting back finally. So again, the Straw Hats kind of just started this big old wheel that's gonna destroy everything. And you can say maybe Law already knew about this. He knew the tensions that Dressrosa had. Because to destroy an enemy, you got to know how their operation works, so you can destroy them from the inside out. But again, Law hasn't been with Don Flamingo's crew for a long time, so maybe he didn't know. He just kind of took this big step without knowing what he was going to be stepping over to in order to achieve it. But either way, Law's there unconscious, tied to the heart chair, which is kind of funny. Because, he was supposed to be Heart, whatever. And then we get more with Luffy, Kinemon, and Zoro, who are just getting up to the palace. And finally, Viola meets up with them, saying, I'm going to help you guys get in there. So now everything's just moving along. Finally, the D block match is over. Now it's for the finals, which is going to be Sabo dressed as Lucy, Burgess, Bartolomeo, and Rebecca. And I think, and also with Diamante. So either way, the story is finally moving forward. We're finally getting close to the, climax. That's what it feels like, because there's not much else to do. Luffy's at the palace now, and he's gonna get inside. That's where Don Flamingo is. Usopp and Robin are already inside the port. Frankie's already attacking the toy house, and the tournament finals are just started. So you can feel like, all right, shit's about to go down. But either way, great episode. To some extent, it kind of lived up to its 666 number, but only on Cavendish. But still, Cavendish and Hakuba, awesome characters. I'm considering them separate characters because they kind of are. And Hakuba, you're terrifying. You are terrifying. God damn your face and your movements. But either way, great episode. Loved it. Can't wait for the next one. Till then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye-bye.